What's happening, y'all? This is Jason Littrell, and thank you for checking out another episode of TLS. So today I was thinking about and doing some research on spirits marketing and the consumer decision psychology process. And I found about 10 steps that help understand how people make decisions with brands, and they're a little, I was kind of interested to see how this worked out, but there's 10 specific elements in brand building that make sense and help people decide which brands to buy. So, number one, the branding. So in the world of spirits, branding is absolutely paramount. So unlike many other consumables, consumers rarely get to schedule or get to sample a spirit before purchasing, although it is much higher likelihood that they're going to buy it if they have had a chance to taste it, which is why everybody buys or pays for agencies to go out and do samplings for them. Liquor to lips, y'all. Thus, the bottle's design, the logo, and the brand's overall image may play a crucial role in customer decisions. Brands often craft stories around their origin, process, or heritage to form an emotional connection with the consumer. All right, number two is the allure of exclusivity. So people buy things for very specific reasons. A lot of times, especially with liquor, it comes down to status. So luxury brands or limited editions play on the psychology of exclusivity and status. Owning a bottle of a rare premium spirit can offer a feeling of prestige. Brands capitalize on this by offering limited releases, special editions, or aged spirits. Step number three, social proof and influence. This is one of my favorites. Recommendations from friends, online reviews, or endorsements by celebrities can significantly impact consumer choices. Spirits associated with popular figures or events often see a surge in sales. This is why celebrities get involved with brands, because they know that they can lend their celebrity to the brand and, in a lot of cases, exit with a much higher multiple. So this psychological phenomenon where people assume the actions of others in the attempt to reflect correct behavior for a given situation, and it's a very, very powerful tool in marketing. Step number four is sensory appeal. The promise of a unique taste, a smooth finish, or a rich aroma can be very compelling. Marketing campaigns that emphasize the sensory experience of the spirit can tap into the consumer's desire for pleasure and novelty. So this is why I always recommend that if you're going to do marketing, within the confines of compliance, e.g., not using sex to sell something, for instance, or to increase your sexual appeal using a product. You can't do that with Discus's voluntary rules. Show it in somebody's hand. Show somebody drinking the product if you possibly can. All right, step number five is cultural and local pride. Many spirits have geographical indications, like Scotch whiskey or cognac, playing on the pride of curiosity of consumers around a particular region or culture can be a robust marketing strategy. This also ties into the authenticity factor, where consumers feel like they're getting something genuine. Think Malort in Chicago. Malort's just a Chicago thing. As much as it tastes like tires and skunks, people just seem to love it there. Step number six is rituals and traditions. Certain spirits come with specific consumption rituals, like the lime and salt with tequila, or swirling and sniffing a fine cognac in a snifter, which is not the right glass for that drink, but whatever. Marketing that insight and highlights these rituals can make the consumption of the spirit feel like an event or an experience, influencing purchasing decisions. All right, and step number seven, health and lifestyle trends. As consumers become more health conscious, some are seeking low alcohol, organic, or additive-free options. Spirits that can align their marketing with these health and lifestyle trends can capture a new market segment. Step number eight is aspirational marketing. Advertisements often show spirits being consumed in idealized settings, upscale parties, by the beach at sunset, or after achieving something significant. This type of marketing appeals to consumers as aspirations, suggesting that by consuming a particular spirit, they're partaking in a coveted lifestyle, as in something that they don't have that they want, and so the cheapest way to do that is to buy a brand that represents that feeling. Step number nine is FOMO, fear of missing out. With the rise of social media, consumers are constantly exposed to new trends, new experiences, and new products. Brands that can generate buzz or present their spirit as the next big thing can capitalize on consumers' fear of missing out. I'm trying to think of a good example of that, but there's 100 of them. Anyways, I'll make a whole nother episode about that. So Step number 10, the final step is cognitive bias, and this is price perception. There was a famous study where people got 3 bottles of the same, or they tasted 3 wines that were identical, and they got 3 different prices on those same 3 bottles. And they said that the one with the higher price tasted better. So this is cognitive bias. So interestingly, in the spirits world, a higher price can sometimes be perceived as an indicator of better quality. This cognitive bias means that some consumers are willing to pay more, assuming that the higher cost equates to a superior product. So, in conclusion, the interplay between spirits marketing and consumer psychology is intricate and multifaceted, and you should always listen to what people are saying and solicit as much feedback as possible to find out what they're actually thinking. So as brands strive to stand out in a saturated market, think vodka here, understanding the cognitive process that drives consumer decisions becomes invaluable. Through strategic branding, storytelling, and tapping into prevailing culture and social trends, brands can resonate more deeply with consumers and influence their purchasing behavior. This is some heavy stuff. This is not playing a fair game. And so like the big companies, the big agencies, they all use all these tactics all the time on all channels. And so like, just because they do it doesn't mean you can't do it. And I love the idea of working with small brands, and I like the Burger King model, which is we basically draft the bigger brands. So McDonald's is the world powerhouse in burgers and fries. And what does Burger King do? They put their restaurants right next to them, and they just draft them on all their marketing. Yes, they have their own identity, but they don't get cute. They don't get creative, and they just do what they do. And that's, the reason the big companies do that is because they know it works. Now, granted, they have a lot more levity and latitude to make mistakes, but they rarely do. And so like the things that you see have probably been tested. So that's why you kind of draft them a little bit. So that's what I was thinking about today. And I will see you on the next time.